Cruise lines promote drinks packages as the ultimate way to save money. But at the end of the day, these cruise lines are businesses, and if they weren't getting something out of this arrangement, they simply wouldn't offer them. So while drinks packages might be great value for some people, others end up spending way more than they would have if they'd have just bought their drinks individually. You see, the cruise lines are banking that while one person is going to get their money's worth with the drinks packages, there's going to be 2 or 3 people who barely touch their drinks package. So before you commit, you really need to decide if it's even right for you. But hey sailors, welcome back to Cruising as Crew. Thank you so much for being here. Today we are going to uncover whether purchasing a drinks package is the right decision for you, because you know I'm a bitch that loves a bargain. So I want you to also, you know, get your money's worth. Before deciding, you need to consider the cost, because purchasing a drinks package can easily add an extra $1,000 to your initial cruise fare. And this is why booking the cheapest cruise isn't always the best decision, because they will find a way to get the money off you once you're on board. And getting you to book a drinks package is the prime example of that. Now, the best way to determine if this is going to be cost effective for you is to use a drinks package calculator. There is one on cruisemommy.com and cruisely.com. Now, this is going to help you estimate whether purchasing a drinks package is going to be more cost effective or just purchasing drinks individually is going to be better value for money. The next thing you want to consider is your itinerary, because this will actually play a huge role in whether getting a drinks package is going to be worth it for you. For example, if you're going on a 7-night Mediterranean cruise and 5 of those days you're going to be in ports, getting up early, exploring the ports, coming back to the ship and probably having an early night, you're going to have less opportunity to make the most of that drinks package than if you were going on a 7-night repositioning cruise where you were going to be at sea for 7 days and therefore on the ship the whole time. So realistically, you probably could drink 10 to 15 drinks a day. So what I'm trying to say is, just because a drinks package may have been cost effective for you on your last cruise doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be the right decision on this upcoming cruise. It does depend on where you're going and what you're going to be doing. Now, most cruise lines offer multiple tiers of drinks package: an alcohol package, a soft drinks package, a coffee package. And a common mistake that people make is assuming that while one person in the cabin can purchase an alcohol package, the other person in the cabin can purchase a soft drinks package or have no drinks package. Unfortunately, this is not the case. So cruise lines require people who are staying in the same cabin to have the same drinks package. So for example, if Mark enjoys alcoholic drinks but Sally barely drinks any alcohol at all, it would make sense for Mark to get the alcoholic package and Sally to get the soft drinks package. And then if during the cruise Sally does fancy the odd alcoholic beverage, Mark can just sneak away and get that for her. While also, if Mark wants a soft drink, Sally can just go and get that for Mark. Now, if this was an option, drinks packages would 100% be worth the money, but of course cruise lines would lose money, which is why they now require everyone in the same cabin to have the same drinks package, because there was a lot of people doing that when drinks packages were first introduced. So therefore, if an alcoholics drinks package for Mark is going to be an extra $500, and then he will also have to purchase that for Sally, so that's going to be an extra $1,000 to their cruise fare, it's ultimately going to be way cheaper for Mark to just buy his alcoholic drinks individually. And on the same vein, it is crucial to check the terms and conditions of the drinks package that you are purchasing. For example, when I was cruising on Royal Caribbean's Allure of the Seas last year, I got talking to a lady who had purchased the speciality coffee package, assuming it included Starbucks coffee, but it didn't. So she was understandably very upset, but it did actually state in the fine print that the coffee package she had selected did not include Starbucks coffee. Also, many drinks packages have daily limits. It's usually between 12 or 15 drinks per day. However, this doesn't mean you can order any drink that you want. Most packages only cover drinks up to a certain point, and then if you do want a drink that costs extra, on some cruise lines you can just pay the extra like $3 or $4, but on some cruise lines it doesn't cover it at all, and you actually have to pay the full price for that drink that is not included in your drinks package. Now every cruise line has slightly different rules when it comes to this, which again is why you can't just assume. So if you are particular about the brand of alcohol you like to drink, this price cap could be an issue, which again is why it's important to check the T's and C's. Another thing to check is whether your drinks package includes beverages purchased on the cruise line's private island. Of course, this might not apply to you if you are going on a European cruise, but if you are going on a Caribbean cruise on Disney and you're going to go to Castaway or Royal Caribbean, Perfect Day at Coco Cay, it's worth checking, because if you can't use your drinks package on the island, that's a whole day that it's basically obsolete. And if you're on a 3-day cruise, also, drinks packages often exclude items that are found in your mini fridge in your cabin, bottled water, freshly squeezed juices. So after paying hundreds for a drinks package, you might find that you still have to pay extra for certain drinks. The next thing when purchasing a drinks package is watch out for gratuities. So most cruise lines often add an automatic 18% gratuity, which of course will increase the total price. So if you assume the listed price is final, you might have a nasty surprise when it comes to paying it, because they may have added an extra 18% onto that. Also, before purchasing, consider if you even need one. So if you've been cruising with the same cruise line multiple times, you will have most likely moved up the loyalty ladder. And with loyalty programs, sometimes these cruise lines offer perks like 4 free drinks a day or 2 free coffees a day. Or if you're staying in a suite, you might have access to a full minibar that you don't have to pay any extra for. But if you have looked at all of these factors we have talked about and you have decided that no, a drinks package is for you, it is going to be the best value for money for you and your cruise and your situation, that's fab. But if that is the case, I highly recommend that you purchase the drinks package before you get on board. Cruise lines will usually offer discounted prices if you purchase on the website prior to cruising, and we love value for money.
So if you're gonna get a drinks package, get it before you go on board.
And the last thing I'm going to say about purchasing a drinks package and value for money and everything, I'm going to use an analogy. So you know when you go shopping and you go to the reduced aisle, you think, oh, all of this stuff is reduced, so you put it in your trolley, and then you get home and you say to your partner, I've got all of this stuff reduced, I saved loads of money. And then they're like, well, you weren't originally going to the supermarket to buy whatever you got from the reduced aisle, so actually you didn't save money, you spent more money. This can sometimes be what happens with a drinks package, meaning if you're not naturally going to drink 12 alcoholic beverages in a day, you're not saving money. Because what I've found in the past when I have purchased a drinks package, because I like to get value for money, I'm like forcing myself to drink drinks that I don't want, because I'm like, no, I've paid for this, I need to drink it. And I found that a lot of people do this. They're like,
I need to get my money's worth, I need to drink 15 drinks a day.
If you're not naturally going to do that, then it isn't value for money. You would have been better off not buying a drinks package and just having the 3 alcoholic drinks in a day that you would have had normally. You see what I mean? So that is just also something I want you to bear in mind before deciding that a drinks package is right for you. If it is, amazing. If you will drink 15 drinks a day, fantastic. Have the time of your life, go for it. But anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here, and I really hope you found this video helpful. If you did, you know what to do, smash that like button. But I believe I will be off the NCL Aqua now, so if editing all goes to plan, next week that video will be out. I hope you're having a good time. I'm sure I am. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. Mwah, love you so much. Really appreciate you being here. Sign up for my weekly newsletter. Be in the description box down below, or you can go over to my website, Cruising as Crew. But I hope you have a fantastic rest of the week. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next video. Mwah.